Rom's pregnant. I can't believe that. That's like a 3% chance. They've been mating for like 5 years. Why have so much food? Because basically all of our people are gourmands, pretty much, and we are about to have like 15 vat babies, and vats take a lot of nutrition. It's another one of those things. Nothing against you at all, but no matter what I do, I always get asked questions about it. So when I was just only making enough food, just enough for us to eat, and we were hovering on just like 20 meals always, and like 600 fungus, people were like, why don't you grow more food? Why don't you have a freezer? Why don't you stockpile some more meals? Only keep it in the vat till 3. That's what I did for the one. Right now, I'm just making vat grown soldiers, so I don't care if they have passions or traits. Like these ones are literally going to be frontline, just be soldiers. So, but these ones, all the ones that turn out amazing. So like this one, look at this. This kid I kept into a vat until they were 3, and then I took them out of the vat and I nurtured them until they were 13, and they have 3 godly traits and 8 passions. So why vat soldier? The entire purpose of this playthrough is to play around with, experiment, and test out the various children aspect of the game. Just like the previous playthrough that we did was about the Mechanitor. So we raised a bunch of kids to god pawns, and now I'm putting them in a batch, let's call them, of just like soldiers only. So I need a lot more people holding guns for this minigun setup that I'm setting up, and that will help towards that. Make a bad batch to reduce food costs. With genes you could, yeah. Am I the one responsible for all the soldiers in Ancient Dangers? So what do we have here? We just have the Scyther assembler. Is that the only assembler? I still can't believe Valentin took so much of that out. This is the mech that he took out. Look at that. Dozens of chain shotgun hits. I don't even know if he missed. Valentin. A god pawn. Good use of jump packs. Jump packs can be used in a couple ways. You can use them for engaging. So you can jump your melee pawns in or whatever. You can use them to engage like on a flank. You can also use them to retreat, to get away more easily. You can use them on someone to save someone. Like if someone's down and there's a firefight, you can have them now, draft your person, have them pick up that person, then jump away. So yeah, the jump pack and the long jump gene are really good utility genes in general. Like I said, especially if you're trying to save someone, or you have, a melee pawn, or just literally running away. 620 toxic packs, and it's only a 1-star. That's insane. I think they need to rebalance that a little bit. The healer mech in the last run, did you find them helpful? The healer mech seems like, for me, we had a lot of colonists, right? So I had a lot of good doctors, but the healer mech definitely seems good, especially in lower colonist count, or if you just don't get any good doctors. But the healer mech coming with its own jump pack is also really nice. I need to start making advanced components, but I don't think we have a lot of gold. Oh, I was gonna also mine that steel so we can start working on getting those guns set up. So let me do that. Put one drill there and the other drill there. Feels nice to have good shooters finally. The children still need a little bit of practice, they're still hitting some walls, but overall we got some good shooters now. All those little Dwarven beans. You had to be 14 to fertilize. Okay. Hash monkey, you're gonna have a child. This is our first one that we've had at 14. This is the first one that has a different father. It was with a baseliner, so this will be interesting to see how it turns out. You don't have to wait until it's actually born. You can check the embryo. That's it. That's all you got. Oh no. Our Dwarven DNA is being tainted. I could just go ahead and take that mortar out, but I kind of want to use this for defense. I never even went and got those mortars. Now we got all this down here. All right, now we're actually mining that steel. Era revealed. Hang on a friggin' second. What? Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll probably start doing, is collecting Dwarf DNA to rewrite it. Eugenics. You mean Dwarves? Yeah. That's right. Maybe we just finish pushing wealth and say screw it. We might die if I do it, but maybe it's time. We're almost there anyway. How many mechs was that? How many centipedes? 15. Plus it was a ship, so. All right, let's link those. Make that into the old raw fungus. Give them the old raw fungus. Just wait on the baby warriors and then we'll go. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That'll be enough to man this other side. Or dwarf that other side. All right, looks like steel is good. We are, let's see, we have a little bit of gold. Let's go ahead and do make advanced components, do until we have X. 10 is fine. There we go. I could get rid of this and make this, well, we can always rebuild one when we need it. I could just make this the genetic room. Getting the gene extractor would be ideal. So yeah, we could have that. That's fine. That's fine. We're doing meals for now anyway. Vat grown dwarves. Yeah, we already raised a bunch of dwarves the old-fashioned way. Now it's time to vat raise a dwarven army. What? That's like orc talk, goblin talk. Scyther hand options. Yeah, for anyone that didn't know, back in the day, mechs could be down just like, you know, humanoids get down and you can arrest them. But instead of being able to arrest the mechs, you could perform surgery on them. And the mechs had, one of the surgeries was kill button. So you could literally do a surgery where you just come over and you push the kill button and they die. But Scythers had one where you could extract their Scyther arm, the claw, and then you could install it on your colonists. And they make the colonists basically worthless. Kinda, yeah. They weren't great, but masterwork chain shotgun. All right, Rhino, looks like you get a shotgun upgrade, my friend. Hey, combat suppliers. That was supposed to be taken out by a raid. We did it. Good job, chat. We have defeated the mech cluster. You can tell that we did it because we heard the noise and we have the mood buff. Yeah, look at that. Defeated mech cluster +4. We did this. This was us. We did this. All right, now we can do that planting that I was going to do. That was us. Don't let them tell you. Who are they? I don't know. Don't let them tell you otherwise. All right, we're going to plant our Devil Strand in this pocket here. This is our Devil Strand pocket. There's our Devil Strand pocket. Excellent. Only the pockets are made from Devil Strand. So we're going to take this and make this our baby food storage. So that's what we're using in the vats. All right, make that baby food. Another masterwork chain shotgun. Let's read the art on this one. I missed the last one. This weapon is engraved with an illustration of Answer being disabled out of bleak necessity. A cowboy watches silently near the edge of the image. At the edge of the image are 9 shrews. So a cowboy and 9 shrews. This image refers to the disabling of Answer. Cowboy and some shrews watching you be disabled. Sad. Why aren't you helping me, cowboy? We almost have all masterwork weapons, which is really nuts. That's when the stats on their weapons get absolutely insane. All right, so we need to start extracting genes. Rhino's gonna be Rhino. I don't want to do that to you. A Soul Sapper again. All right, Soul Sapper. I'm sorry. Sorry, Soul Sapper. You're getting your genes scanned. You're not gonna like it, but is that who I want to do it to? Yeah. All right. It'll only take 12 hours. They changed it. It only takes 12 hours. It'll be all right. You'll be all right. Can't believe so many of those survived, honestly. I really need a bulk goods trader. That's what I need. Finally selling all those old shotguns. What can we buy from you? Okay, we'll buy that. Buy that. Actually, we could just gift some of this, I suppose. We'll buy all your medicine. Okay. Sell all that. Oh, let's just sell that first. Gift. There you go. +3. Wow. Excellent. They're going to love us, love us, love us. How many pawns is too many? There is no such thing as long as you can keep them fed and your game is not lagging. So for me, I like to have like 25 to 30 pawns. That's like my sweet spot. Used to a couple years ago, I always played with like 12 to 18 pawns. I know a lot of people that like to hang around like the 8 number. If you're like a low pawn count person, 8 pawns feels like a really good spot, because you have some specialized people, you have some people that are covering the slack, so 8 feels really good. 12 to 18 feels really good. I like having more and more though. I like having big runs and, you know, crazy stuff. You play like 6. More than 5 is too many for you or you lag. Yeah, so it's a very personal thing, but you can have as many as you want. There's no hard cap on pawns. You used to like small colonies, and now you like 8 to 12. Kids have changed things. 80 to 150, man, your game has to be lagging. So what do we get? What do we get extracted here? Oh, what? We got robust immediately. Well, holy crap. Huh. That's like the main one I wanted. Like, out of how many genes did that pull from? Let's take a look at this. Look at this, and we hit robust. All right. Well, we could kind of just stop there if we wanted, but I will go for some others. Let's see if we hit wound healing on the next one. Let's go with Hash Monkey. It's kind of pulled your genes. You got some strong genes, Soul Sapper. Can you use the gene pack more than once? I think so, right? Yeah. Because you set it up with the gene assembler, yeah. And it connects to the bank and all that good stuff. There is a dead guy here. We should probably take care of that. Healthy Vat Child. Vat Dwarf has become a child. All right, Vat Dwarf, you're gonna stay in there. We're gonna keep you in there.
A new subscriber.
Mad Whack. Say we're getting here, Mad Whack.
We are building
fried potato. Man, potato. Do people tell you that your name makes them hungry? I think I've told you that before. We call them taters down here. It always reminds me of the Slingblade movie. Guys, anyone remember Slingblade? It's ancient now, but sometimes I'll talk about movies like that and people are like, what? Before my time, before my time. Some people call it a Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade. French fried taters. Yeah, Tetnos too. Upside the head. Or no bigger than a squirrel. Biscuits with a mustard. Apparently a lot of people know about Slingblade. I'm surprised. Last time I mentioned it, like no one really knew. They're like, what? Slingblade? What the crap, Slingblade? Slingblade's a good movie, but it's brutal. Sad movie altogether, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Should have won an Oscar. Yeah, all those things are rigged, of course, but you've never seen the movie? Really? Hey, Tat, there's a movie you should probably watch. Probably haven't heard of it. It's called Nothing to Lose. Highly recommended. Heard of a game called Demon Souls? No, man, I haven't. That sounds pretty awesome. Demon Souls. I'll have to check that out. How big are infestations? I don't know. I kind of want one, honestly. We've had 3 already, but I would like to have another one. All right, I guess I'll start building this. All right, I'm going to test this first. So let's just go ahead and dig this out a little bit, and then we'll test it from there. How big does a bait room need to be for you to be comfortable? I like just making it big enough for at least all of the hives to spawn inside of it. Because if it's not big enough and you get the 44 hives, which is kind of the max, like the 44 hives, and it's too small, they'll overflow. So I like as long as it's big enough to hold the whole infestation. However, the bigger you make it, the higher your odds are, right? Just by the size of it alone, you'll have a higher % chance for it to spawn there. So you can keep that in mind too. But to start with, I'd like for it to just be able to hold 40 to 45 hives. And then beyond that, it just increases the chance to spawn there, just because there's more places to spawn for it to hit. So looking at your other screen, really just say to know about Demon Souls. It was a joke. So you have to be really careful sometimes with like dry humor, because sometimes people think that I'm like oblivious or stupid. I've had that happen before. Like I remember one time a couple months ago when I was playing RimWorld and I was like, all right, I guess we're going to have this guy commit Sudoku or something like that. And I was like, you know, and someone was like, did you just say Sudoku? And I was like, yeah, you know, that like ancient, like Japanese thing of like self-sacrifice, you know, Sudoku. And then several people were like, bro, you know that it's not Sudoku, right? And then they started like explaining to me and I'm like, yes, I know it's not Sudoku. Thank you. So anyway, I have a really dry humor and delivery and apparently a decent poker face. But yes, I was joking. The Vat Child, guys. Yes. Tough. Out of all the traits, it just happened to roll tough. The best trait in the game. Nice. She's already 7. Unreal RNG. Nice. Teach her now. That is tempting, actually. It is really tempting. Maybe we will teach this one because of that. It's gonna take her longer to grow up, but all right, we'll do that one. She got tough. She's a true dwarf. She even gets a name. You know what else she gets? She gets a beer and an excellent shotgun. All right, what is your name, little girl? It's Marcunis. Marcunis. There you go, Marcunis. Is there a penalty for children taking drugs or drinking? So go to the drug that you're interested in. So go to beer here. I'll show you. They added this into the game, so you don't have to look it up. Click on the drug. You can go in here and look at safe dose interval. So this is the safety for this one. So for beer, you could have a baby drink a beer every 5 days, and there's no downside as far as like they're not gonna get addicted or something. You can have your 3 to 8 year olds have a beer every 2.9 days. Preteens can have a beer every 1.7 days. Teenagers every 1.3. When they get to 18 plus, they can have a beer every day. But this is in the game now. It's on all the drugs. So just click on a drug and go in here and look at safe dose interval. And you can hover over it and it'll tell you when it's safe. And some are never safe, obviously. But bulk goods. Hey, Skeeter, get off that. All right. Can sell a bunch of this garbage that I've been holding on to that I should have probably just burned. Let's just do that for now, and then let me see here. Let's get rid of one of these shelves. There we go. Does the baby need alcohol? The genes to make it so they die without them doesn't start until 13. Any interesting discoveries made this run about genes and children? Children are overpowered. They're easy to raise. They're easy to take care of. And if you nurture them, almost all of them become god pawns. Like you can just make a godly colony. Children are like OP. Like you can, as long as you keep them alive and you keep their learning tiers high. Like I have not had a child with max learning tiers ever end up as a bad pawn. They're all amazing. Now we're testing out just purely vat grown ones. So I'll know more about that soon. Another masterwork. Engraved with an artwork of Claw cowering from Lilith Nodorf while Lilith threatens him. His body's covered in gore. It's from a social fight. Man, I guess he remembers that. Don't mess with Lilith Nodorf. Baby in the vats was stillborn. Somebody named Baby Yak. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's sad. All right, let's get a new tomb going. A tomb in the classroom. It's a temple. This is the temple. The kids do have to look at literal sarcophagus behind their blackboards, though. Like, wait a minute. Is that my sister? Yes, I'm sorry, it is. Which of the genes has been most useful this run? Probably the clotting. Probably the clotting, because it helps so much on our melee blockers. Our melee blockers are taking small bleeds, and the clotting is just basically patching it immediately. So our melee blockers can stand there way longer, even against things like Scythers. So. Super clotting. So bleeding wounds close very quickly. So it's basically like it just patches up. What's the artwork on it? The sarcophagus bears a portrayal of the minor celebrity Kane. The image somehow expresses both need and pain. In addition to that, an artichoke beneath the main subject seems to symbolize depression. You heard it here, folks. Artichokes mean depression. How do I survive heat waves with air conditioners? The mountain is very, very insulated. So even with heat waves, like earlier when we got a heat wave, it didn't get hot enough in here to kill people. They just got sweaty. But I can install air conditioners if I need to. Like, are you asking like for your playthrough, or are you asking on mine how I'm doing it? It wiped your tribal. Okay, so tribals have this. You start with a passive cooler. So passive cooler just takes 50 wood to build, and then they need to keep putting wood into it, and it will cool a space down. And you might need more than one. So for instance, sometimes I'll have a big barracks early on, a lot of times on tribal, and I might during a heat wave literally make like 4 to 6 of these. So just get wood. During the heat wave, you can put down a bunch of these passive coolers, and then when the heat wave is over, you can either destroy them or at least cancel them putting wood in them. The legends of the streams. Oh yeah. Meals in black, hysteric. Valentin now, Valentin, yeah. Kato, yeah. Kato, the wood-wielding refugee who stood and tanked 5 Scythers with no armor. Don't forget him. Another of the legends. That's right. All right, Cassandra. Yep, Cassandra's going to be attacking soon. This will be the biggest raid point thing we've had so far, so it'll be really interesting to see what it is. How many rice crops do you need per pawn? You need 20 plots of rice in normal soil if it gets planted and harvested immediately, and you are making it only into simple meals, and there's nothing else impacting your hunger rate. So very baseline pawn with no hunger rate change at all. 20 rice in standard soil, 15 in rich soil, or basically 2 full basins in hydroponics if they're getting harvested immediately. So I would suggest, you know, overproducing a little bit. Wonder what Cassandra's gonna send next. Can't we bet? You think it's gonna be a drop pod raid? Bug meats? I kind of hope so, because I want to test this. You know what? Actually, this is probably screwing that up. I wouldn't doubt if infestation happens up here instead because of this. Oh, that'd be annoying. Is RimWorld complicated? It is infinitely complicated, but it can also be simple. So it's one of those games that's like easy to pick up and try out and play, but you're always going to be able to learn more. So you can set things to peaceful. You can turn like all the stuff off that can kill you and literally play it as like a base builder and just try to keep people alive with like food and keep them happy. Or you can go into like really complex stuff. Yeah. It's got it all. I still learn things even after 4,000 hours. So. All right, I was gonna sell some more of those mushrooms. Whoops, I bet the ship's gone now. Whoops. Gene pack, fast learning. It's only 353. Don't really need it though, but it's one of the best traits of the game. So let's just get it. So Cassandra must be off cooldown at this stage, so she'll be attacking us anytime. She's definitely off cooldown. You see, that's the longest break we've had, and we're almost at that again. And this is going to be a much higher wealth hit than previously. It feels like it's been longer since she hit because it was a cluster and a ship, and neither of those, like, you know, actively just come right at us. Coming right for us. Move all the parts. What's the best way to lower the value of a prisoner the most so you can keep it for blood without affecting? The thing that impacts pawn wealth the most is brain function. So if you can hurt your prisoner's brain without killing them, that's the easiest way. So the easiest way to do that is to try to fail a brain surgery. So, oh yeah, cutting off the legs and arms helps. But if you want them to get down into, we're talking like 40 silver, you want to try to do a brain surgery, like an insert of an implant or something, but you want to do it like on the floor in a dark room that's dirty. You want to try to fail a brain surgery and injure their brain. You can also try to overdose them to injure their brain. So you can do chemical damage, but basically the thing that impacts a pawn's value the most is brain damage. So if you want your prisoner that you're talking about, you're asking about the absolute way, the way to reduce how much a prisoner is worth the most and make them into a blood bag, you want to try to injure their brain. The funny thing is, you might be like, why do you know this? Well, it's part of the information that Smurf and I gathered and used in the wealth guide. Brain Ripper just kills, yeah. Just keep shooting them with silences until they get brain damage, yeah. Why would someone want to do that? Well, if they're having a prisoner just to have them for blood, just to collect their blood only, and they want them to be the lowest value possible so they're not increasing the wealth of the colony and raid size of the colony, that would be what you would do. Bad genes, they don't eat all your food. Yeah, you can do that as well. Make them into potatoes. But you can go further. Yeah, you can make them be worth almost nothing. Like literally no raid points. 1 lung, 1 kidney, both eyes, both arms, both legs, the jaw, the nose, and then have brain damage. Yeah, they would basically be worth nothing. Implant them with the terrible genes. Manhunter. Don't want manhunters. I don't want them. All right, how big are manhunter packs these days? Oh my god. 75 panthers. Just in case, let's pull everyone over here. That's always scary. Like, even though I know we can't go over there, it's always scary because if someone did go over there, they are just dead. There's no returning from that side of the door. 77 panthers. We're getting pretty close to raid cap. We're like 40,000 wealth away. Man, I was right about to test this too. Oh well. Do the Panthers just die? No, they'll just leave. When they start getting hungry, they'll just leave the map. I guess I can start making those miniguns for the coming vat-grown army. Borrow 2 colonists? No. 40,000 Panthers at my door. Hey, come outside. Send 2 people to help. Miniguns work in short distances. We're going to be at max range on miniguns. Sanguophage fed, or about which add-ons are best for death rest? Keeping them fed like blood-wise. Blood-wise, just have a couple of prisoners that you set up as hemogen farms. Seems to be very good. As far as which add-ons I liked getting 2 of the accelerators to make it faster. And I liked the, which one was it? The glucose one that makes them move quicker once they're up. Come on, Panthers, we got stuff to do. Yeah, the hemogen operation is so good at getting medical experience. And it's like, it's just passive. You just set it up and they'll just go do it every time they can. Shadow scar on her eye from a rhino horn. Yeah, that's from the beginning of the game. You know what? I never even thought about how their name is literally Nuclear Rhino. How did I never notice that? Nuclear Rhino in the very beginning of the game when we were still like basically a tribal, just getting moved in, got a rhinoceros horn scar to the eye. Should keep that. Wait. Muzz is a 13-year-old female with a giant beard. Did they fix it? I think they fixed it. You see, this is not overriding it anymore. All right, let's test this on a Vig. Nah, maybe it's not retroactive. Archotech implants worth the cost. Yeah, they're very good. Like an Archotech eye increases accuracy and sight by so much. Rom's pregnant. I can't believe that. That's like a 3% chance. They've been mating for like 5 years. Anyway, wow, Romnom, please don't die. Oh, this is dangerous. We're gonna let her. Oh man, I gotta change this. I never changed it back. Do not get pregnant. Oh man, I hope she doesn't die. It's gonna be rough. Natural pregnancy at 48. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. We have to make sure she gets to a hospital bed. Hope she doesn't die. Man, that's the high mate too. If she dies, that'd be terrible. Would it be ethical to bet on her survival? God. Yeah, I have her on the best medicine, but all we have is herbal. Oh no, we have a couple of industrial. Let's make sure no one else is using that during this time. It's gonna be a while before she gives birth anyway, but method to stop colonists from romancing. Mainly romance specific colonists. So now they've added that. So if you click on someone and you go to click on an adult, you can go to romance and you can see if you have the option to romance. So you can force it. If you have royalty, you can also use like word of love or whatever to make them like each other more, and then you can force the romance this way. Panthers are starting to head out. Yeah, apparently they can be used to make freezers without chimneys or exposed coolers. Yeah, so I've used doors to do that before, but I didn't realize it was doing other exploitive things. An unroofed door can be used as a chimney, but I used it specifically to make sure like drop pods couldn't land there. I didn't realize when I was doing it that it was also kind of being exploitive. I had no idea. Not that I'm against using any exploits, but yeah, the stuff in the guide channel is really interesting because we had used those as chimneys before, but I didn't realize it was doing other stuff. I think using it with that exploit, you could probably make a cold tunnel pretty easily. So the downside of the cold tunnel, there's several things. So you could already technically do it, but there's several things that make it not as good as the burn box if you're going that route. One, as you mentioned, is that it requires electricity to do that. And so if the power goes out for any reason, then obviously your setup no longer works. So that is one downside. Another downside is that a lot of clothes are very, very protective. That you wouldn't even think of. Like even tribal wear can be enough cold resist to get through a cold tunnel. And a lot of raiders will also, especially like pirates and stuff, will just come with parkas for some reason. And suddenly it doesn't do anything, right? So it's got its downsides over the heat one, but the positive side to it is you can just literally turn the air off after they're down. So I actually probably should stop growing there if we're going to use this. So let's do that. I was going to use that as a burn area, but it's not gonna end up being a very good thing if we end up using this. So pawns don't get food poisoning with the blood underground mushrooms. No, the only dirty thing that causes food poisoning is the room that the meal is cooked in, not where the ingredients are stored or where they come from. So I'll go over that really quick. So you see the cleanliness of this room. It says slightly dirty. To get food poisoning from a dirty cooking area, you need a -2 or worse cleanliness. Even dirt flooring is better than a -2. It's a -1. So to get it specifically from dirty cooking area, it has to be -2 or worse. Now you can still get it from incompetent cook or a dangerous ingredient or something like that. So outside is pretty dirty. If it's not in a room at all, you'll get dirty cooking area. Yeah.